Itch has this interesting feature on the homepage called the randomizer, so I thought, hey, why not let it decide my fate and tell me what games to play today? I'm just gonna be playing free projects for now, but if this idea does well, then maybe I'll spend the ad revenue from this video on some paid games, who knows? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, baby. Alright, are you ready? Deff, the Wheelchair Grim Reaper by Dinobox Studios, and we're off to a bang. This actually looks sick, I love pixel platformers. So this is sort of the story setup before we actually get hurt and get in the wheelchair. We're on a heist mission aboard a moving train searching for the big bad guy, I guess. The main mechanic here is this dash power that's tied to these big gold circles. Kinda clunky and weird at first, but the gameplay definitely grew on me, especially when enemies were added in and levels got a little bit more complicated. I do like the punk skeleton gang theme, the mix of puzzly platforming and fast-paced combat, especially having these dash discs, we'll call them, that you can change the position of mid-air. A ton of really great ideas that already felt good to play in this prologue. There's even a boss fight at the end against Punker the Executioner. I gave up after a few tries, but I looked up a playthrough on YouTube and that was pretty much it for the demo. This all leads up to your eventual accident, which is the setup for the whole Wheelchair Grim Reaper idea in the first place. Unfortunately, it seems like the game was abandoned according to the comments on Itch. And Dinobox Studios hasn't made anything else since 2019, so it looks like that leads us into our next game. And it's gonna be Geese Vs Golfers. I love this banner image. The geese are everywhere and they're terrifying the golfers. Oh no. This one was actually a minigame that was part of Super Video Golf, which looks pretty great honestly, but that is not the game I was recommended, so on to the geese. I think this one is intentionally difficult to control. You fly a drone around above a golf course and drop water balloons on the rampaging geese. Occasionally you'll run out of ammo or battery and have to swoop down to the ground in order to pick more up. This animation is a little bit disorienting, but an interesting use of perspective nonetheless. I guess this was like an arcade or something in Super Video Golf because it doesn't seem like there's an end. You just keep building up your score and cycling between 3 different levels. Pretty basic, but it has put Fallen's other game onto my radar if I'm ever searching for a stylish golfing experience. Let's see what's next. Broken Relic, nice. I was gonna play this demo whenever I first saw that it was released. Life got in the way, so now's the perfect time. This is a classic point-and-click adventure game that is coming to Kickstarter soon, I believe. The whole thing is actually fully voice-acted, and it really has no right to be this funny. The line delivery is the kind of thing that you'd only get in games like these.
Could actually deflect a few blows.
See? Told you it's multi-purpose.
Let me try it on. Ooh, this might actually suit my fighting style.
Broken Relic would totally be the type of game I would have played when my family went to the library as a kid. Everyone would go off to look at their favorite book sections, and I'd head straight on over to the computers and see how far I could get. I mean, even the dev's mom said it's the best point-and-click adventure since 1993. I'm really glad this one came up in the randomizer, and I wish Sand Penguin the best of luck with their Kickstarter launch. And what will the next amazing game be? Abyssfalter. I like the look of this one. A game jam entry about falling down into a sinkhole and trying to make your way back out again. Right off the bat we have a bangin' mysterious tune that sets the tone, and then our journey begins. I'm not really the best at this one, not gonna lie. I'll blame it on my use of keyboard and mouse. That's definitely gotta be it, right? We got a gun, a double jump, and a single goal. Go up. There are destructible gun blocks that'll change your fire mode around to things like shotgun or beam, and you'll want to keep an eye out for gems, which can be traded for upgrades in between levels at Bippy's upgrade shop. Really can't believe this was all done in under 72 hours. There are 22 levels in total, and I did not make it through all of them, but there are even a couple different biomes. It looks like the going does get pretty tough based on developer Sinclair Strange's playthrough video. You know what else is tough? work-life balance, you know what I'm saying? Come home from a long day and all you want to do is chill out, watch some videos, play some games. That's what I do now too, just like any one of you, but one day I'm hoping that games can actually be my job. Sounds like a dream come true, I know, but if you want to show a little bit extra support, there are a couple places where you can throw me a bone, including right here on YouTube with the membership feature. You'll get a cool badge next to your name. Can I get a drum roll, please? For a bright light in the middle of the ocean. It's not really a game, as the description says. It's a place where you can just spend some time or look at the sky or sea, or enjoy the stillness of the inside of the lighthouse or the view on the top. And it's simple yet calming, giving you a glimpse into the life of a lighthouse keeper. Someone who likes to sketch and leaves their books lying around all over the place with too many to keep track of. You can climb all the way to the top of the tower, and I did think that maybe it would turn into a horror game for a second, but nope, that was just the sun setting, which means it's time to turn on the blindingly bright light. I hope this captain's retinas are okay after this. Single vampires in your area? Is this a dating sim? I think it is. Looks like Itch.io knows exactly what games I need in my life right now. After a quiz in your favorite magazine said that your ideal type would be a vampire, you come across an ad for single vampires in your area. This might be your shot at love after a whole lot of heartbreak. Of course, I gotta design my character. I'm going with this cutie named No Caps. The story is that I work at a cafe, I'm tired, I'm so over my ex, and I just want to find love. Enter this hunk. We have a little meet cute in our apartment hallway, then go our separate ways, and since I'm feeling lonely, I load up a chat room called Single Vampires in Your Area, and guess who shows up on there? That's right, the neighbor Knox. And you can choose to end it all right here, leave the chat, skip 2 years ahead, and move on with your life. At first I thought this was actually the whole game, but then I realized you can go back and make a different choice, to keep talking. Long story short, you and the vampire fall in love and everything works out just magically. I enjoyed it maybe a little too much, so go ahead and drop some more dating sim recs down in the comments. I really haven't played any before. And it looks like last we have Gratiarium, a nice little indie horror game about doing some last minute Thanksgiving grocery shopping. I'm honestly surprised this is the only horror game that popped up today. It is pretty special though, so I'll end things here with a little edit of some of my favorite moments from the playthrough.